for Tunic. Starting lineups, here they are, presented by State Farm. First for the Heat, Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. And the man in the middle from UNLV, Joel Anthony. He's a big part of that presence down low. Then it's LeBron James, and it's Bosh in at the power forward position. And for Boston, Rondo and Allen make up the backcourt. We've got Garnett. He is such an asset to this team. They love what he brings every night. Then it's Pierce, and it's Bass in at the power forward. Pierce, good.
Well, I like the way you orchestrated in tight that time, fellas. You know, you take a look at the makeup of the Heat and the offensive numbers last year. Not a ton of assists, but a lot of free throw attempts. FTAs, we call them. Seemed like they just played to their strengths, and a lot of that was isolating their star player.
And here's Rondo. Defended by Chalmers. LeBron against Pierce. Garnett kicks to Bass. Goes right up, and he throws it down with one hand.
He's a bit short for the power forward spot, but his great leaping ability more than makes up for it.
Well, Clark, you mentioned that stat about the Heat. Steve, surprising they didn't have more assists.
Well, they didn't have a true point guard running things. Mike Bibby was more of a jump shooter, same with Chalmers. But I think a lot of it is that they play very isolation-heavy basketball, as Clark mentioned.
And let's get this update now. Oh, and the jam by LeBron. Here's another look with the Sprite Slam Can.
Now, that's just rubbing it in, fellas.
Throwing it down with style.
These folks are not going to forget that one anytime soon.
Kicks it out to Allen. The tray, and again, Boston with the triple.
When the Heat struggled early on last season, Eric Spoelstra was unfairly thrown on the hot seat. He kept his cool, though, very impressively, and the Heat turned their season around, and the talk quieted down. That's a credit to Spoelstra.
He comes right back with the triple.
An eye for an eye? How about a 3 for a 3, Steve?
Rondo against Chalmers. Chalmers against Rondo. Outside, Pierce. Lets it go with a 3. Again, Pierce missing. Back to Spoelstra, Miami. Clark, with the way the Heat finished, you have to think things will change. I know, Steve, you were very impressed with the way he managed that team in the postseason.
Yeah, I thought Eric Spoelstra was great. Now, a lot of people are focusing on the final series when Rick Carlisle stole the show, but to be fair to Spoelstra, he inherited a very difficult situation with a lot of talent but huge expectations. And I think Miami had a solid year, a very good year. The question now is, can they get back to the finals and finish the job?
Garnett against Bosh. Deflects the pass.
That's just a horrible decision. You got to be more patient with the ball.
Here's LeBron. He lays it in with a soft touch. LeBron's now got 9. Celtics trail by 3. Outside Rondo. Kicks it out to Garnett. Kicks it out to Allen. 6 on the shot clock. No good, unable to end this run.
And LeBron's numbers last season really slipped in the early part of the year as he tried to adapt to his new teammates and his new surroundings. But as the season went on, he became more and more effective. And that was one of the reasons he ended up with a career high in field goal percentage, right around 51% from the floor.
Cole, the pass to LeBron. Fires for 3. No good. Excellent D there from Allen. Pass down low. He's up against Bosh. Up with it. And Garnett with the basket on the assist by Rondo. And going back to what Steve was talking about with LeBron, if he's being more efficient, Clark, with the ball, I don't think he is too concerned with his numbers, with his totals.
Kevin, that's one of the beauties of LeBron James' game. I mean, he's interested in playing the game of basketball at the highest level. That means giving it to another player who's open. He's fine with that. If that means taking shots, he's fine with that. I love the fact that he's comfortable in who he is and is not worried about what other people think he should be doing.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. James Jones, who's checked in for LeBron. And Shane Battier subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Bosch dishes to Jones. And again, it's the Heat missing. Boston trail. Allen kicks to Petrus. Here's Battier. Cole, he's covered by Rondo. Picked up by Battier.
Boy, you got to love that kind of anticipatory defense.
And the jam by Rajon Rondo.
As soon as they made that steal, it was off and running.
Yep, and they acted on it, partner. That's an easy 2 points off the pilfer.
Cole, he's covered by Rondo. And then Bosch with the jam.
A true power dunk, Kev. I thought he might squeeze the air out of the ball on that one.
Well, when he gets it near the basket, you know where he's headed.
And he's going fast and with force.
Pierce for three. Gets the bucket. Pierce has got 6.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open 3s.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open three-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up 1, but you start giving three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Here's Cole, and the Heat get another bucket right there. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in the top. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Here's Chalmers, looking for his first bucket of the game.
Well, we all know Rajon Rondo is among the fastest players in the NBA, but he's really the only Celtic who wants to get out and run. This is more of a half-court team. In fact, Boston finished in the bottom 10 in the league in fast break points.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, it's kind of ironic that the Heat and Celtics have become rivals in the East with Chris Bosh and Kevin Garnett facing up. Because growing up, Bosh modeled his game after KG. He said, coming up, I played for a lot of old-school coaches. As a big man, I was told to get down low and stay there. Then I see KG, 6'11", doing all these things. I thought maybe it's okay to start working on my jump shot and ball handling. The first time I played him, I was a little in awe, but I had to put it aside. I would have gotten killed if I didn't. And I realized that I might be able to do some things that he is able to do. But he has that fire that I want to learn too. And guys, for the skinny big men, it sure helps to have a little bit of an edge.
Well, it sure does. Thank you, Doris.
And you can see similarities in their games. I mean, the Heat could definitely benefit from Bosh emulating KG at the defensive end.
And Steve, you're talking about the Celtics and their slower pace, bottom 10 in fast break points. Clark, I guess that's often the case for more veteran teams. They don't want to get into a track.
Yeah, I think they've got to be more efficient in terms of how they massage offensive possessions. I mean, you look at Rondo, who is an absolute burner, but the rest of the starting unit probably better suited to a half-court game. And it'll be interesting seeing how the Celtics go forward because Rondo moving into his prime and obviously more effective in an up-and-down game. Will the Celtics acquiesce to who he is and what his best type of game is as they go forward?
And Allen picks him up defensively. Over Bass, and the basket by Chalmers. And that ties it up. And here are the Celtics now. Left side Rondo. That's tipped. It's stolen by Wade.
The reaction was so quick. Incredible defense.
And then Bosh with the jam.
Great matchup here. This game has gone back and forth.
Multiple lead changes, just a great game, guys. And Wade was his usual dominating self in the finals. He shot it well from the floor, rebounded and distributed, and made highlight plays too. His only real off game in the series was Game 6 when they were eliminated.
Just 5 on the clock. Wade against Allen. The offensive rebound. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Jones.
Well, getting back to Dwayne Wade, he was easily Miami's most consistent scoring threat in that Dallas series. Shot over 50% in 4 of the 6 games in the series, but in the end, it just wasn't enough.
Now, here's Chalmers. He's covered by Dooley. They get it back. Another shot. Now, here's Chalmers. Now Jones goes back up. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, there was a lot of speculation last year about Dwayne Wade thinking of going to his hometown Chicago. But it turns out he was the guy orchestrating the big 3 in Miami.
You're right, Clark, talking about Wade. Not a bad recruitment job, and even through 1 year, it's had its bumps worked out, Steve, and it's obviously flying very high with their finals appearance a season ago.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing, and what a job by Wade in recruiting a couple of stars to go along with him, and maybe someday he'll be a college recruiter at Marquette, his alma mater. We'll see.
Paul Pierce is checked in for the Celtics. 1:33 left now here in the second. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Celtics have become a tight-knit family under Doc Rivers, adopting the Ubuntu, all for one. We like each other, said Doc, and we almost accept each other as family. And family, when you have a crisis, you yell at each other, you argue, and then you still like each other. He believes the open atmosphere builds a cohesive unit, guys, and it certainly pays dividends on the floor. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. It is easy to see that relationship you talked about with the Celtics.
Yeah, you can see it on the floor, too.
Yeah, it's no big surprise to hear the fact that the Celtics function as a family because it's so visible during games, and you can see the effect Doc Rivers has had on this club over the years. I mean, he has become really the face of this franchise.
Chris Bosh is checked in for James Jones. 1:19 left to play here in the half. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, here's a little factoid for you. With LeBron switched to Miami, guys, he was the first reigning MVP to change teams since Moses Malone back in 1982. Crazy stuff. And remember what happened when Moses Malone changed teams. That team, Philadelphia, went on to win the NBA title in '83.
With Dr. J.
Dr. J and Mo Cheeks.
Unbelievable.
That was my rookie year. So I remember banging heads against those guys. Yeah.
What a time.
Yeah.
And then Wade slams it in.
Watch out below. Get out of his way now.
No way that he was going to slow him down.
Not that time. They weren't about to take those points away from him.
Back to what you said about LeBron. Like you said, you just don't see MVPs want to change teams. They're happy where they are. Steve, you can probably talk about that too. It's rare.
It is rare. You know, Shaquille O'Neal left Orlando for L.A. Steve Nash left Dallas for Phoenix. Now, granted, those guys weren't on the same level as LeBron at the time, but it does happen occasionally. But, hey, look, LeBron, probably the biggest athlete, biggest star in the NBA, so it made big news.
Boston trailing. Outside, Pierce. He's picked up by LeBron. Garnett in the post. He's covered by Bosh. And close. That's good. 8 points for Paul Pierce.
Well, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside.
Bradley against Wade. Guarded by Bradley. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Had a good look at the rim, though. That was poor defense.
Celtics out in.
Happy Wednesday to you. Let's keep your week rolling right along.